What you are about to see should not exist. Under one of the driest places on Earth, there is water, not a small amount, a river, hidden, flowing, alive, deep beneath the Sahara Desert. For over 1,000 years, this land has been dry. No rivers, no lakes, no life on the surface. But below the sand, something was waiting. Scientists detected movement. Not wind, not sand, water, a flowing system, underground. This changed everything, because deserts are not supposed to hide rivers, especially not here. And yet, they found it, a hidden river system, cold, constant, powerful. This raises a serious question. How long has it been there? And why did no one see it? Before we go back to the beginning, answer this. Do you think there are more hidden rivers under deserts? Comment yes or an O backhand index pointing down. Like, thumbs up, subscribe bell, because next we go back to day one. Day one. On the surface, there is nothing. Only heat, only sand. Endless dunes stretch across the Sahara Desert. This land is known as one of the driest places on Earth. Rainfall is near zero. In some areas, years pass without a single drop. Temperatures rise above 45 degrees Celsius. Sometimes even higher. There are no rivers here. No lakes. No visible water. The ground is dry, cracked, lifeless. For centuries, nothing has grown here. No crops. No permanent ecosystems. This is why it is called a desert. A dead land. At least, that is what we believed. Because everything we see is only the surface. And the surface can be misleading. Scientists arrived with a simple idea. If water exists below, there must be signs above. But finding those signs is not easy. Sand moves. Wind changes the landscape. Tracks disappear. Evidence vanishes. Still, they began searching. Carefully, slowly. Scanning the ground. Measuring temperature differences. Looking for patterns. Anything unusual. Anything that does not belong. Because even the smallest clue could reveal something hidden. At this moment, there is no proof. No water. No river. Only questions. Before we continue, think about this. Can something massive stay hidden for centuries? Comment hidden or impossible backhand index pointing down. Like thumbs up, subscribe bell, because next they begin scanning what lies beneath the sand. The search began with technology, because the human eye cannot see beneath sand. In the vast Sahara Desert, scientists used ground-penetrating radar, a system that sends signals into the earth, then listens for what comes back. Most signals return the same. Dry sand, empty layers, nothing unusual. Again and again, the same result. No water, no movement, only silence. Hours passed, then days. Still nothing. Then, a small change appeared. A weak signal, different from the rest. Not solid, not empty. Something in between. Scientists stopped, checked the data, ran the scan again. The signal returned. Same location, same pattern. This was not random. This was structure. And structure means something is there. But what? Water leaves a signature, a specific response, a soft reflection, a moving pattern. They adjusted the equipment. Scan deeper, slower, more precise. And then, they saw it. A long shape, stretching beneath the sand. Not small, not isolated, continuous. This looked like a channel, like a path, like a riverbed. But that made no sense, because rivers do not exist here. At least, not on the surface. The signal grew stronger, clearer, more defined. This was no mistake. Something was below, and it was large. Before they could confirm it, they needed proof. Physical proof. Because data alone is not enough. Before we continue, what do you think they found? Comment water or rock backhand index pointing down. Like thumbs up, subscribe bell, because next, they begin digging into the unknown. The signal was clear, but data is not proof. They needed to reach it.
So they began to dig.
In the middle of the Sahara Desert, under extreme heat, the excavation started. At first, it was easy. Loose sand, soft layers. Shovels moved quickly. But deeper down, everything changed. The ground became compact, dense, hard to break. This was not normal surface sand. This was old, ancient layers, compressed over time. The deeper they went, the hotter it felt. Air became heavy. Dust filled the space. Still, they continued, because the signal was below. Meters passed. Still nothing visible, only dry layers. Then, a change. The texture shifted. The sand became darker, slightly heavier, cooler. This was unusual. Scientists stopped, examined the material, measured moisture. Very low, but not zero. This was the first clue. Something below was affecting the soil. They dug further.
Carefully.
Slower now, because any mistake could destroy the evidence. Then, they hit something different. A solid layer. Rock. But not just rock. A barrier. A natural seal. This explained everything. If water existed below, this layer was trapping it, holding it in place, hidden, protected, for who knows how long. Now, they were close. Very close. Before we continue, do you think water is behind that layer? Comment yes or no, backhand index pointing down. Like thumbs up. Subscribe bell. Because next, they break through. They reach the barrier. A solid rock layer, sealing something below. In the depths of the Sahara Desert, this layer had been untouched. For centuries. Maybe longer. If water existed below, this was the final obstacle. The team prepared carefully, because breaking this layer was risky. Too much force could collapse the trench. Too little would do nothing. They positioned the tools, measured the pressure. Then, the first strike, a sharp sound, echoing through the trench. The rock did not break. Second strike, a crack appeared.
Small, thin,
but real. The team stopped, watched closely. The crack expanded.
Slowly.
Then something unexpected happened. From the crack, a small drop appeared.
Clear.
Shiny. Liquid.
It moved.
Fell onto the dry surface below. Water. For a moment, no one moved. Because this should not be possible. In this place, at this depth, water should not exist like this. But it did. The crack widened. More drops formed. Then a thin stream. Flowing.
Steady. Cold.
This was not trapped moisture. This was movement. A living system. A hidden source. The desert was not empty. It was hiding something. Something powerful. Before we continue, what do you think this is? Comment river or reservoir, backhand index pointing down. Like thumbs up. Subscribe bell. Because next, they open the flow. The first drops were only the beginning. The crack widened. And the flow increased. Slow at first, then stronger. Inside the trench, water was moving. Not leaking. Flowing. This was the moment. Scientists cleared the broken rock.
Carefully. Piece by piece.
Because behind it was pressure. Unknown pressure. If released too fast, it could collapse the trench or flood the site. So they worked slowly, controlled, measured. As the opening expanded, the sound changed from drops to a steady stream, then to a low, constant flow. Cold water.
Clear.
Moving with direction. This was not random. This was a system. A connected flow. Deep beneath the Sahara Desert, a hidden path existed. A natural channel. Like a river. They inserted a camera. Lowered it into the opening. The light cut through the darkness. And revealed something incredible. A hollow space. Carved by water. Smooth walls. Curved edges. This was not new. This had been flowing for a long time.
Years. Decades.
Maybe centuries. The camera moved deeper. Following the flow, the space widened. Water moved freely. Continuous. Endless. This confirmed it. Not a small pocket. Not a trapped source. A hidden river system.
Alive.
Stable. powerful. Before we continue, how long do you think this river has existed? Comment years or centuries, backhand index pointing down. Like, thumbs up. Subscribe bell. Because next, they follow the river deeper. The river was real. Now, they needed to understand it. Where does it come from? Where does it go? Inside the depths of the Sahara Desert, the flow continued. Steady. Constant. The team extended the camera deeper into the channel. The signal remained strong. The water did not slow down. This meant one thing. The source was far away, possibly connected to a larger system. Maybe ancient. Maybe hidden for centuries. The tunnel walls were smooth, rounded, shaped by long-term flow. This was not recent. This was old. Very old. They mapped the direction, using sensors, tracking movement. The river moved in a fixed path. Not random. Not scattered.
Structured.
Like a natural underground highway. Then they analyzed the water. Temperature.
Cool.
Much cooler than the surface.
Purity.
Surprisingly clean. Low salinity. This was important, because desert water is often salty. But this was different. This suggested filtration. Natural filtering through layers of rock. Over long periods. The deeper they tracked, the more complex it became. Multiple branches. Hidden channels. Intersections. This was not a single stream. This was a network. A hidden system beneath the sand.
Alive.
Expanding. Connected. Before we continue, where do you think this river leads? Comment ocean or unknown, backhand index pointing down. Like, thumbs up. Subscribe bell. Because next, they discover how big this system really is. The river was real. But one question remained. How big is it? Inside the depths of the Sahara Desert, the team began mapping the system. Not just one point, but across a wide area. They used multiple sensors, placed far apart, each one scanning below, each one searching for the same signal. At first, the results looked separate. Different locations, different readings. But when combined, a pattern appeared. Connected lines, extending outward, far beyond the original site. This was not a small river. It stretched for kilometers. Then more data came in, from deeper scans, from wider areas. The network expanded. More branches, more channels, more connections. This was massive. A hidden system beneath the sand, covering a large region. Some channels were narrow, others were wide. Some moved slowly, others had strong flow. This variation showed complexity. A natural design, not random. Structured over time. Scientists compared the data. Estimated size. Estimated depth. Estimated volume. The conclusion
Was shocking.
this was not just a river. It was an underground water network, possibly large enough to support life above. If accessed correctly, this changed everything. Because it means one thing. The desert is not empty. It is covering something valuable. Before we continue, do you think this water can be used on the surface? Comment use IT or leave it, backhand index pointing down. Like, thumbs up. Subscribe bell. Because next, we test what happens when water reaches the surface. The system was mapped. The flow was confirmed. Now, one question remained. Can this water reach the surface? In the heart of the Sahara Desert, the team prepared the test. Carefully. Because releasing underground water is risky. Too fast, the structure could collapse. Too slow, nothing changes. They installed a controlled pipe. Strong, sealed, connected to the underground channel. Every step was measured. Pressure levels, flow direction, stability. Then, they opened it. At first, nothing happened. Only silence. Then,
A sound. Low. Deep.
moving. The pipe vibrated.
Slightly.
Then stronger. And suddenly, water appeared.
Clear. Cold.
Flowing upward, breaking through the system, reaching the surface. For the first time, water touched the desert air. It spread across the dry sand, slowly, absorbing into the ground, changing the texture, changing the color. The sand darkened.
softened.
This was the moment.
Proof.
The hidden river can reach the surface. But this raised a new question. What happens next? Because water changes everything. Before we continue, should this water be used for farming? Comment yes or no, backhand index pointing down. Like, thumbs up. Subscribe bell. Because next, we see the final result.